This is a review of the MM200 made by Klein tools. I purchased it at Home Depot for $50 to $60. It has a nice stand on the back here. That's why I use it in most of my videos. It also has some little holders here for your probes. And the first thing I'm going to test is the DC voltage. So at the lowest setting on the power supply here, it measures that, and at 3 volts it measures 2.7. At 6 volts it measures 5.83. At 9 volts it measures 9.22. At 12 volts it measures 12.1 approximately, and at 15 volts it measures 15.14. Now, this is a knob to give you a rough estimate as to what kind of voltage you have on the output. It's not that accurate. So I'll trust the meter over the manually controlled knob here. And now I'm going to test the AC. And the way that you change that is by clicking the function button here, which does stick a little bit. And that's the AC on the outlet. And this is measuring the AC voltage from a function generator. Right now I'm in the 10 Hertz range. This is the 100 Hertz range. This is the 1 kilohertz range, 10 kilohertz, 100 kilohertz, and 1 megahertz. So you can see it cut out at 1 megahertz. And now I'm going to test resistance. So I short the leads together, and it measures 0 ohms. And now I'm going to measure a precision resistor, which is 100 ohms. And it measures 99.5. Now this is the diode and continuity setting. And here's the continuity. That works fine. And let's do the diode setting. So first up is a silicon diode. And that measures 0.536 volts. And let's do a infrared diode. And it cannot measure the voltage on an infrared diode, so it's kind of useless for anything except for a silicon diode or a germanium diode. Now the meter is set for the capacitance measurement setting, and you want to use clips like these or alligator clips so you can get a good hold on the component, because this measurement will take a moment for an accurate measurement. This is a 10 microfarad electrolytic capacitor, and it's measuring at 9.7 microfarads, so that's pretty close. And here is a 47 microfarad capacitor. And its final measurement is 42.24 microfarads, so that's pretty close, probably within the tolerance of this component. And here's a 330 microfarad capacitor. And it is incapable of measuring that value of capacitor. I'm not sure where the cutoff is. I believe it was 200 microfarads. And here's the Hertz setting. Okay, so here I'm measuring the frequency of a function generator using both the oscilloscope and the DMM. And on the oscilloscope it says that it is 100 kilohertz. And on the DMM it says it is 98.8 kilohertz. So it's a little off, but that's pretty close. And here's another frequency measurement. The oscilloscope says that it is 100 hertz, and the DMM says it's 101.7 hertz. So that's pretty close again. Now I'm testing the duty cycle, or percentage of on time. This is a square wave output on the function generator. And it's a little bit below 50%. Ideally, the output of this function generator is 50%. And the lower the frequency, the more the closer it gets to 50% duty cycle. Here's the temperature setting. It uses a thermocouple, and I'm holding it right now with my hand, and you can see the temperature rising. So that seems to work fairly well. Next I'm going to test the current, but right now I'm measuring the voltage output of the power supply, and it's pretty close to 1.5 volts, 1.49. So I'm going to put it on the milliamp setting and put it in series with the power supply and the resistor, the 100 ohm precision resistor. And that's pretty close to what it should be. So a few other features this thing has is a backlight, so it's easier to see the screen in the dark, and a hold function, so it'll hold the value that is presently on the screen if you need to keep that. The price is a little high, but it is a pretty high quality DMM. The buttons do stick a bit, so that's a little annoying, and the mechanical selector switch has issues from time to time. But other than that, it's a good meter, and I'd recommend getting one. So that sums up the MM200 by Klein Tools. Thanks for watching.